What is up, amigos? Welcome to another video. We're playing some Call of Duty Infinite Warfare on Team Deathmatch. I don't know what the map is at all, but I just want to give my sort of first opinions and impressions of the Infinite Warfare multiplayer. Now, anyone that follows me on Twitter will know I was not in a very good mood with Infinite Warfare last night at all. After playing my first few matches, and I may or may not have called the game total wank. Um, After playing a little bit more, I feel that the game is not total wank. It's just it's not as fun as some other stuff that I've played in the past. Um, I think it's the best Call of Duty game out, definitely at the moment. Um, I did not enjoy Black Ops 3 at all. Infinite Warfare was too there was too many people flying around and doing crazy shit. Um, but this one does feel really really good, and obviously that's a big swing for me to go from saying, "Oh, this game's awful, I don't ever want to touch it again in my entire life," to actually it's not too bad. But my reason behind that was when I first started playing, obviously at level 1, I had a match where the entirety, apart from one or two players on the opposing team, were prestige level players who were just wrecking my face in one or two shots from across the map, doing shit that I couldn't even dream about thinking to do. And that's what made me initially hate this game. And that play style of what was going on seemed to persist for the next sort of 10 to 15 matches that I played. It wasn't until um, earlier this morning, when I was actually recording some of this footage here, that I started doing a little bit better, and I was getting matched with people that were more my skill level, and moreover more connection based was something. I have relatively good internet where I'm living at the moment, and yesterday when I was playing and I was playing against these prestige level players, some of them, their connections were like seriously god awful. Like, these dudes were literally like zipping around the map, just lag spiking the fuck out of nowhere. Um, but that seems to have sorted itself out now. I don't know if it was some sort of server issue or something, but it did not leave a good first impression at all. Now that I've had a little bit more time with the game, it does feel a lot more fun. I'm going to say that right now. Playing it with a friend felt a lot more fun as well, like having someone else with me. He's not currently in on this video. I was playing here while I was waiting for him to come online. Um, I mean, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to break it down among the other shooters, really, that have come out this year, or the other main shooters that I've played this year. Obviously, there have been two main releases this year when it comes down to shooters. You've got Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, which we've got right here, which is obviously this giant sort of space age shooter with I can only describe it as sort of Star Wars style elements. And you've got Battlefield 1, which is the nitty gritty, down to earth, hyper realism shooter. That's it for your big main shooters. However, I think the sleeper hit of the year also came out this year, which was Titanfall 2. Now, obviously, if you've had an Xbox, or if you still have an Xbox One, then you've likely played Titanfall 1. But for us PlayStation 4 players, we never really got to play Titanfall 1. So Titanfall 2 was this entirely brand new product for us that we've never like touched before. We've seen videos and stuff of it, but we've never managed to play it. For me, and this is going to be blasphemy as well, I'll say it right here, I think that Titanfall 2 is better than Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I think the combat flow is a lot more. It feels more fun to play. Is basically what I'm trying to say. There's not as much variation in the weapons, and the attachments aren't as cool. But the guns feel just as good to fire. I feel that the movement system is far, far improved than what we have in COD here. Everything feels really slow and sort of clunky in COD. I find the wall running super difficult. Not really difficult. I find the wall running awkward in COD. It feels you sort of magnetized to the walls, which is fine. But it doesn't feel natural, or as natural as it does in Titanfall. The sliding mechanic, I think, is the one thing that really that really gets to me is the fact that I can't just tap circle to slide. It has to be held, and obviously that's a gameplay choice that that Activision have made. But I feel that Respawn did the movement system a little bit better when it comes to the movement system. I mean, visually, I've kind of got to give it to COD. COD looks far and beyond, especially the single player, looks far and beyond anything that Titanfall 2 could be doing. But I think that's down to a budget thing more than anything else, a budget and a studio thing. I'm not really going to get into the COD versus Battlefield argument on this video because it's pointless. You either do like COD or you do like Battlefield or you do like both. It's, you know, there's kind of not much point in arguing, oh, Call of Duty better, Battlefield 1's better. It's just kind of pointless. I don't really have much more to say on this one, so I'm just gonna cut this one here. I mean, my first impressions from sort of my first 10 hours, I would say, with the multiplayer is my first hour. I thought this game is total wank. I definitely should not have bought this. To sort of the 5th to 10th hour, I was enjoying the game a lot more. I got to a point where actually I was genuinely properly enjoying playing it, which was round about when I was having this match. So all in all, I don't think Call of Duty Infinite Warfare is wank as much as my Twitter at the moment does say so. I would rather, every time I put it in and I start playing it, my controller disconnects here for absolutely no reason. I don't know what that was about. Every time I put it in and I start playing it, it just kind of makes me think I could be playing Titanfall, and I could have called a Titan in, and it you know, I could be wrecking in a Titan at this point. The game is not bad. I think it's more I need to adapt to Call of Duty Infinite Warfare rather than the game being bad. I think that's what this is. Wave victory. Anyway, thank you for sticking around and listening to me talk about absolute crap for nearly 8 minutes. If you made it all the way through, you're an absolute trooper. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will catch you on the next one.